The United Way campaign has started for this year. It's a little bit different than how we've done it in previous years. Usually there's only one big event and it happens over a week, but this year we're excited to expand the way that we're celebrating it. So it is a 4-week event this time with 2 events per week, a small event and a large event. And I'll go over those items with you guys. So for week 1, which is September 29th through October 4th, there's the Penny Wars and there's a word search drawing. Then there's yard games. And again, the food trucks happened this week. For week 2, October 6th through October 10th, there's the baked goods sale and the mystery swag bag sale. And that one's exciting. I know for sure that there's a KC Current jersey in one of those swag bags. In week 3, October 13th through 17th, there's donated basket raffle and a crossroad puzzle drawing. Week 4, there's October 20th to the 24th. We're having our first annual trunk or treat. So our staff are going to volunteer to set up their cars and then people can bring their families and trunk or treat in our back parking lot. And we also will have a send a spell to a friend, so a caramel apple sucker event, which is exciting as well. Those are all the things that are really just St. Luke's East specific, but we have a couple of things that are more BJC Health System specific. So if you haven't done so, you can make a pledge or a one-time donation by visiting the United Way of Greater Kansas City's website for St. Luke's and make a donation that way if you feel like it. And then we will have the limited edition shirt sales October 6th through 17th. And all of this goes to help support our local United Way, who helps support our communities and provides things for our families and for our patients that help us take care of them. So yes, the 2026 World Cup is coming and we're excited to begin preparing for that. So we've actually been meeting as an executive group since earlier this year, really starting to understand the volumes that we're expecting, the type of people, prospective patients and issues that they might be encountering, understanding the scope of where the different games will be, planning for safety, both for patients, for our staff, and then for whatever comes through our doors. We're talking about how we're going to maybe up staffing during that time. So all of that planning is already beginning to happen at the executive level and with our emergency preparedness and disaster preparedness teams. And we'll learn more as that kind of rolls out. I expect that we'll have those plans finalized soon, but I do know that when we've been budgeting for the 2026 operating budget, we did put in extra volumes, anticipating that there would be some proportion of patients that we would be seeing as an increase in volume during that 4-week period. So I'm happy to provide an update on those inpatient beds. I know that both Bobby and I have mentioned earlier this year that we put in strategic capital to try to build some additional beds here. We remain a priority, but those decisions won't be finalized with final approval by the board until December of this year. We are anticipating that this will continue to happen. The current plan was to shell out some beds on the 6th floor and then to finish like the first 30 as the plan. We wouldn't be able to even sort of start construction until that capital was approved, and so sometime in 26, and then ideally with some of those being finished into 2027. So we will still be working on capacity and throughput as we always are at St. Luke's East in the meantime.